A bedtime story. It was bedtime in the little cottage in the woods. Snow White kissed each dwarf goodnight and took them into bed. Wait, wait, called out Happy before she blew out the candle. Please tell us the story. Very well, said Snow White, smiling. She settled down at the foot of the beds and began. Once upon a time, there lived a happy little prince, or rather a mostly happy little one. But for a single person, her stepmother, the queen. Bah! Grumbled Grumpy with a sneer. Snow White sighed. No matter what the princess did, no matter how hard she worked or how good she tried to be, the queen did everything in her power to make her sad. Poor princess, murmured Bashful. But don't worry, Snow White assured them. Mostly the prince was jolly. She found that if she whistled and sang while she worked, her work will fly by and her mood will be sunny. And then there were always her daydreams. For she truly believed that if she wished for something hard enough, it surely would come true. What did she achoo, wish for? Asked Sneezy. Well, began Snow White. For one thing, she wished for a charming and dashing prince to find her and whisk her away. And then one day a prince did find her. Really? Said the dwarfs. Yes, Snow White told them. He rode right up to her castle and even scalded the wall to meet her. And oh, was he ever charming? But here is the sad part. The very next day, the queen's huntsman took the princess into the forest and told her to run far away and never return. So did she? Sleepy asked sleepily. Yes, said Snow White replied. She ran until she could run no farther. Only then did she realize she was terribly lost and lonely, with no friends in the world and no place to go. Poor princess, whispered Bashful. That's what the princess thought too, Snow White said, for just a minute. But then she discovered what she wasn't alone at all. There were chipmunks and squirrels and deers and rabbits and birds. All sorts of forest creatures there to help her. They took her to the sweetest little cottage you ever did see, and the most faithful friends a princess could ever have. And what happened next? Grumbled Grumpy. Well, they lived happily ever after, of course, Snow White replied. What did you think?